USRA Stock Cars presented by Precision Auto Body. Heat race number 1 of 4 coming your way tonight here at the Rapid Speedway. Green is in the air. Green flag is out. Chad Loneman in the 117L off to the early race lead. John DeBoer putting that 9B machine in second spot. Scott Overgaard looking to the inside of Bud Crock for third position. And here comes the 5X of Kevin Kremen. Kevin Kremen in the 5X moving to the inside of Bud Crock for fourth spot presently. Chad Loneman, your race leader. John DeBoer in second spot. Scott Overgaard in third. Kremen a little squirrely in turns 1 and 2, and he'll bring that 5X around and go from that battle for fourth to the back of the pack. Chad Loneman, your race leader. John DeBoer, Scott Overgaard, Bud Crock, your top 4. Top 4 to the A feature, top 3 to the redraw is Loneman, DeBoer, and Overgaard. Your top 3, Bud Crock in fourth spot. Jason Fisher running in fifth. Kevin Kremen off the pace after a lap 2 spin a couple laps back. Chad Loneman, your race leader of the 117L. Scott Overgaard with his sights set on that second spot, looking to the inside of the 9B of John DeBoer. John DeBoer will power down the backstretch and keep that 9B tribute car in second spot. Scott Overgaard running in third. Here comes Jason Fisher for fourth spot. Fisher looking at the inside of Bud Crock. And that black and gold 14 machine is there. Jason Fisher to fourth position to the inside of Bud Crock. Crock back to fifth, and now Kremen in sixth position. A 117L of Chad Loneman, your race leader. John DeBoer in second position. The 40 of Scott Overgaard, position 3. And Jason Fisher, your top 4 on the field. USRA Stock Cars presented by Precision Auto Body. Heat race number 1 of 4 here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Chad Loneman in the blue and orange 117L machine going past the flag stand with 2 laps remaining. 117L of Loneman, the 9B of DeBoer, the 40 of Overgaard, the 14 of Fisher, the 21 of Bud Crock, and the 5X of Kevin Kremen. Heat race number 1 of 4 for the USRA Stock Cars. White flag is out for your heat race leader, the 117L of Chad Loneman. Loneman with the race lead, DeBoer in second spot, Overgaard running in third, Fisher in fourth, Crock fifth, and Kremen at the back of the pack. First of 4 heat races for the USRA Stock Cars tonight, presented by Precision Auto Body, the 117L of Chad Loneman, your heat race winner.
Chad Loneman with that heat race win. John DeBoer, Scott Overgaard will make it into the redraw. Jason Fisher fourth, and Bud Crock rounding out your top 5.
USRA Stock Cars presented by Precision Auto Body. Heat race number 2 of 4 coming your way here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Week number 3 of the 2020 racing season. Larson Callis up front on row number 1 as we go green flag racing. Dustin Larson in the all-black 5L machine. Callis in the 20K. Colton Ahrens, who had a great run last week in that 46 machine, running in third position. Fourth spot currently to Fergie, the number 15 of Brandon Ferguson, as we complete lap number 1. Dustin Larson, your race leader. Larson, Callis, Ahrens, Ferguson with Colby Clausen coming. The 34K of Colby Clausen presently in fifth, working on that 15 of Brandon Ferguson for fourth spot. As Larson, your race leader, followed by Callis, Ahrens, Ferguson, and Clausen. Heat race number 2 of 4 for the USRA Stock Cars, presented by Precision Auto Body of Rock Rapids. Dustin Larson, your heat race leader. Colby Clausen still working on Brandon Ferguson for that fourth position. As Ahrens goes off the track in the 46. Tough break for Colton Ahrens going off the track, running third. That will move Ferguson up to third, Clausen up to fourth. Ahrens will hold on to the fifth spot just in front of Foster. Colby Clausen and Brandon Ferguson still battling. Ferguson holding off Clausen for the time being as the 5L of Dustin Larson, your race leader. The 20K of Spencer Callis in second spot. Here come Ferguson and Larson down the front stretch. Ferguson and Clausen, I should say. Colby Clausen working that 34K to the inside, pushes up the track and pulls a slider on the 15. The 15 of Ferguson crossing over as Jacob Foster goes around in the back of the pack, and Foster will bring out the caution flag.
Caution flag comes out for Jacob Foster as he goes around in turn number 2. Leaders were coming, so the caution flag comes out. He does get it refired and pulls off the field. Back to the infield he goes.
We'll see how that shakes out now on the restart. The 5L of Dustin Larson, your race leader. Spencer Callis in that second spot. Coming back to the green flag this time by. Green is in the air. Dustin Larson with the race lead. Lawson continues to work on Ferguson. Callis up high in turn number 2. And Colby Clausen has the position. Ferguson up into Callis. Callis to the back of the pack. Aaron's up to third. Dustin Larson, your race leader. Larson leading Clausen, Aarons, and Ferguson as Callis goes around and loses a wheel. Spencer Callis losing a tire in turn number 4 right on the entry. The tire goes off and Callis goes around.
Well, it just went off the corner and joined its friends by all the other tires out there. Spencer Callis, his trouble started back in corner number 2. He got up into the marbles coming off the corner, and when he tried to keep it on the raceway, made contact with Brandon Ferguson. And you saw the sheet metal damage obviously cut the tire down as well, and he brings the caution out. Well, then there was 4.
3 cars battling for position as they head down the backstretch here. You'll see not enough room on the racetrack as Clausen gets into Ferguson, then Ferguson will get into Callis here.
Callis trying to keep it on the raceway, doesn't want to slide off the backstretch there up in the marbles coming down, and like you said, Jay, just running out of room. 3 cars trying to fit where only 2 will go, and the left front tire in the sheet metal comes off of the 20K.
Heat race number 2 of 4 for the USRA Stock Cars, presented by Precision Auto Body. Glad to have you along with here tonight at the Rapid Speedway, week number 3 of the 2020 racing season. Coming up next Friday night, race fans, you'll be back in the stands. Got the special permission from the governor of Iowa to get race fans back in the stands. Coming up next Friday night, 50% capacity. That will hold about 1,200 or so, we figure. So 50% capacity next Friday night. Of course, if you can't make it next Friday night or you're not comfortable going out yet, you can always watch on AdvantageRacing.tv. Dustin Larson, your race leader as we go back green flag racing. Larson with the race lead. Colby Clausen at second spot. Brandon Ferguson, Colton Aaron side by side for third presently. Second of 4 heat races for the USRA Stock Cars, presented by Precision Auto Body, as Ferguson looks to the inside of Aaron's. Aaron's still too strong, coming off turn number 4 with that third position. Dustin Larson, your race leader. A little poof of smoke coming out the back of the 46 of Colton Aaron's as he heads off into turn number 1. Smoke has dissipated for the time being. Colby Clausen at second spot. Aaron's running in third. White flag is out this time by Dustin Larson, your race leader. Larson with the lead in the black 5L. The 34K of Clausen at second spot. The 46 of Aaron's followed by the 15 of Ferguson. Here's your heat race winner coming off of turn number 4, the 5L of Dustin Larson.
Dustin Larson, your heat race winner. Colby Clausen up to that second spot. Colton Aaron's that third and final redraw position. And Brandon Ferguson rounds out your top 4. Trent Schroeder not going to make the call. He is retired from the evening for mechanical reasons. So only 5 in this race.
Third of 4 heat races for the USRA Stock Cars. We're under green flag racing conditions here at the Rapid Speedway. Josh Kelderman up front on row number 1 in the black, white, and red 43K machine. Travis Van de Top into that second spot. Here comes Al Lang. Al Lang in the 84L machine around the outside of Van de Top. Van de Top will hold on to second position for the time being. Travis Van de Top in second position. Al Lang running Gregoire fourth, and Brad DeGrotenhuis rounds out the field. Third of 4 heat races tonight for the USRA Stock Cars, presented by Precision Auto Body. Al Lang working on Travis Vandertop for that second spot. Josh Kelderman, your race leader in the 43K machine, taking him down the front stretch for another lap. Kelderman with the race lead, Travis Vandertop at second spot, as Rich Gregoire looks to the inside of Al Lang for third position. Lang will rally back as they head off into turn number 3. Gregoire getting down through the middle once again in that 32X, looking to put it in that third position underneath the 84L of Lang as they head down the front stretch. And it looks like Rich Gregoire has got the run here in the purple and orange 32X. Gregoire, but Lang gets the run off the top side, off the exit of 2 and down the back stretch. The 84L of Al Lang still holding on to that third spot amidst the challenge from Rich Gregoire. The 43K of Josh Kelderman, your leader. The 81 of Travis Vandertop in second spot. And Al Lang continues to hold off Rich Gregoire for third position. Brad DeGrotenhuis, your fifth and final car on the track. USRA Stock Car heat races here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Kelderman and Vandertop running 1 and 2. Gregoire still working on Lang for that third position. Lang high up the track, and Gregoire going to get that third spot. Al Lang will fall back to fourth position in the 84L. And now the battle shapes up for the race lead. Travis Vandertop looking to the inside of Josh Kelderman. Kelderman will hold him off. A 43K of Josh Kelderman, your race leader. Travis Vandertop putting up a battle for position as Vandertop rockets down the backstretch, right on the back bumper of the 43K to the inside. Travis Vandertop takes that 81 to the lead. Kelderman battles back on the top side. White flag is out this time out. Kelderman and Vandertop running 1 and 2. Gregoire in third spot, Lang fourth, and DeGrotenhuis fifth. Final lap for this USRA Stock Car heat race tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Josh Kelderman in the black, red, and white 43K machine going to take it to the checkers for a heat race win.
Josh Kelderman, your heat race winner. Travis Vandertop right behind him in second. Rich Gregoire, your final redraw position there in third. Al Lang and Brad DeGrotenhuis rounding out your field. Inside of row number 3 out of Ocheyedan, the 66Z, it's Elijah Zevenbergen. And outside of him out of Jasper, Minnesota, the 51 of Mark Sano. Inside of your back row out of Rock Rapids, the 81T, that is Tanner Vandertop. Cordell's not making the draw. Mechanical problems causes a scratch there as well.
Fourth and final heat race for the USRA Stock Cars, presented by Precision Auto Body here in Rock Rapids. The Rapid Speedway week number 3, Elijah Zevenbergen to the race lead. Tanner Vandertop off the track. Roger Verdorn on the outside, Zevenbergen down low. Zevenbergen will take it to the race lead in the 66Z machine. Verdorn in that second spot. Third spot right now, 46-7 of Corey Bosma. At the back of the pack, you've got Glenn Wiener, Mark Sano, and Tanner Vandertop. Fourth and final heat race for the Precision Auto Body USRA Stock Cars here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. A pair of Hobby Stock B features coming your way after this. Zevenbergen, Verdorn, Bosma, your top 3. Glenn Wiener running in fourth spot. Mark Sano and Tanner Vandertop. Around out the back, Vandertop looking down low under Sano for position, and he'll be there. Tanner Vandertop working on the 36 of Glenn Wiener, and Vandertop takes over fourth spot. Zevenbergen, Verdorn, and now Bosma slows at the top of the track in the 46-7B. Flat right front on Bosma's machine as he's high up in turn 1. Tanner Vandertop moves into third spot. Sano up to fourth, and the 36 of Glenn Wiener will come along for the ride into the top 5 as Bosma is shuffled to the back with that flat right front. Bosma pulling off the track, retiring from the heat race as Sano goes around. Vandertop hits the tires hard off the exit of turn number 4. It comes to a stop on the front stretch. Sano going around. Tanner Vandertop getting up high, hits the tires off the exit of turn 4. It comes to a stop on the front stretch. Go with any kind of magic that you got. Good start on the pole, good start in row 6. 4 laps down, 4 laps remain. Fourth and final heat race for the USRA Stock Cars going back to green. Zevenbergen leads them. Zevenbergen with the race lead. Roger Verdorn in second spot. Glenn Wienia and Mark Sano, your 4 remaining survivors here for the fourth and final heat race for the USRA Stock Cars, as Sano looks to the inside of Wienia for that third position. Zevenbergen, your race leader. Roger Verdorn in second spot. Sano and Wienia. Sano will have the advantage this time past the stick. In that Midland Tire number 51 machine, Mark Sano running in third spot. The 36 of Glenn Wienia running in fourth position. 4 cars left on the track, 2 laps left in the race. Elijah Zevenbergen, your race leader. Zevenbergen with the race lead, the 04 of Roger Verdorn in second spot. Sano running in third, and Wienia in fourth. White flag will come out this time around. The 66Z of Elijah Zevenbergen, your race leader. Easy out front, the 04 of Roger Verdorn in second spot, followed by Mark Sano in that third position, and the 36 of Glenn Wienia. Fourth and final heat race for the USRA Stock Cars, presented by Precision Auto Body. Checkers coming out for Elijah Zevenbergen.
Elijah Zevenbergen, your heat race winner. Roger Verdorn coming home in that second spot. Mark Sano, your third and final redraw position. And Glenn Wienia rounding out your field. Inside of row 9, the 21 car, that is Bug Croc. And outside of him, the 0TG of Brad Grotenhuis. Kevin Kremen tries the 5X car up the inside of row number 10. And outside of him, the 20K of Spencer Callis. To the inside of row 11, it's the 46-7B. That is Corey Bosma. And outside of him, the 46-7 of Jacob Foster. Inside of your final row, driving the 81T, that is Tanner Vandentop. 18 laps the distance, Precision Auto Body Stock Cars.
USRA Stock Car A feature, green flag coming out, and the green is in the air. We're turning them loose on the Rapid Speedway. Right out the gate on the start of the back of the pack. The Grotenhuis going around. Brandon Ferguson coming to a stop. Spencer Callis as well. We'll have to restart this Stock Car A feature here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. You see Brandon Ferguson with a flat right front. Spencer Callis able to wheel that 20K machine around. Brad Grotenhuis. The 0TG making his way back into the pit area. USRA Stock Cars presented by Precision Auto Body of Rock Rapids. 25 USRA Stock Cars through the back gate tonight, heading into our racing action here at the Rapid Speedway, week number 3 of the 2020 racing season, brought to you by the Pizza Ranch in Rock Rapids. And it looks like Brad Grotenhuis in that 0TG machine. Loneman and Larson up front on row number 1, Ahrens and Sano on row 2, DeBoer Vandentop on row 3. Precision Auto Body USRA Stock Cars, your A featured tonight at the Rapid Speedway, coming to the green flag. Green is in the air. Colton Ahrens looking to the inside of Chad Loneman for the race lead, and Ahrens is there. Larson up on top in the black 5L machine. Dustin Larson to the race lead with Colton Ahrens battling back on the bottom side in the 46 machine as we come down to complete lap number 1. It is Larson followed by Ahrens. Loneman, John DeBoer in fourth position. 3 cars battling it out for fifth. As we've got Roger Verdorn slowing at the back of the pack in the 04 machine, and I believe that is going to bring the caution out. Yes, caution will come out for the 04 of Roger Verdorn. Caution coming out for the 04 of Roger Radorn as we're having a little trouble getting started here in our Stock Car A feature tonight. Precision Auto Body USRA Stock Cars. We'll see if the third time is the charm for tonight's A feature. Dustin Larson, Colton Ahrens up front on row number 1 as we go back green flag racing. Ahrens and Loneman, I should say, behind Larson. Ahrens to the inside of Loneman and couldn't quite make the inside work. Here comes Scott Overgaard on the top side, and that red number 40 Overgaard to the outside of Loneman. Looking for second spot, and you know who behind Scott Overgaard up top, the 66Z of Elijah Ziebenbergen, already making a play for 12 starting position. Dustin Larson, your race leader. Scott Overgaard in second spot. Chad Loneman running in third. Elijah Ziebenbergen coming through as a caution will come out for the 46-7B of Corey Bosma. Corey Bosma in the 46-7B. Right off of turn 4, backs it up into the infield. Struggling to get going with the USRA Stock Car A feature tonight. Precision Auto Body of Rock Rapids bringing you the USRA Stock Cars. Head flagman Cody Johnson at the ready, and the green flag is back out for our Stock Car A feature. Mark Sano sliding on the front stretch wall, and that 51 machine able to keep her going. Will stay under green for the time being. Dustin Larson, your race leader. Elijah Ziebenbergen up to second spot. Chad Loneman, Scott Overgaard side by side for third position. It's Larson, Ziebenbergen, Overgaard, Loneman, and Ahrens for top 5. Greg Wire to the outside. Colton Ahrens looking for that fifth spot. Ahrens with a real smooth bottom line run in that 46 machine, presently holding on to fifth. Greg Wire running up top along with Overgaard. Larson, your leader, running up top. Ziebenbergen down low. Dustin Larson with the race lead. Elijah Ziebenbergen in second spot. Scott Overgaard running in third. Chad Loneman fourth. Colton Ahrens here top 5. Rich Gregwire at sixth spot. John DeBoer running in seventh. Colby Clausen eighth. Jason Fisher looking to the inside of Travis Vann at top 4. Ninth spot on the track presently. USRA Stock Car A feature presented by Precision Auto Body. There you see Colton Ahrens and Rich Gregwire presently battling it out for fifth on the track. Ahrens in the white 46, Gregwire in the purple and orange 32X. As they come up on Chad Loneman, presently in fourth place. Your race leader at the flag stand, the 5L of Dustin Larson. Followed by the 66Z of Elijah Ziebenbergen, Scott Overgaard, your top 3. And the top 3 have separated themselves from the rest of the pack as Colton Ahrens moves to the inside of Loneman for fourth. Colton Ahrens into that fourth spot. Ahrens, Loneman, and Gregwire all going up high. Larson and Ziebenbergen 1 and 2, and a problem with the 5L of Dustin Larson. More issues with the 5L of Dustin Larson with the race lead going off the track. And the 66Z of Elijah Ziebenbergen inherits the lead. The 5X of Kevin Kremen going around in turn number 2. But there you see the 5L parked off of the top side of 2 and down the backstretch. Tough break for Dustin Larson. Had some motor issues last week during hot laps. Elijah Ziebenbergen, your race leader, as we get set back to go A feature racing. USRA Stock Cars presented by Precision Auto Body. Ziebenbergen with the race lead. Scott Overgaard on the high side as well, looking to take that second spot away from Colton Ahrens. Overgaard up top, Ahrens down low. Chad Loneman waiting in the wings, back in fourth position. Colby Clausen into the top 5 in the 34K machine. Rich Gregwire running 6th, John DeBoer 7th, Jason Fisher in 8th. Travis Vann atop, Josh Kelderman, your top 10 on the field as the 46-7 of Jacob Foster goes around again. And again, will bring the caution out. Elijah Ziebenbergen, Scott Overgaard, Colton Ahrens, Chad Loneman, and Colby Clausen, your top 5. Precision Auto Body USRA Stock Car, a feature going back to green, this time by Green is in the air. Elijah Ziebenbergen with the race lead. Colton Ahrens running in second spot. Scott Overgaard, Chad Loneman, Colby Clausen, your top 5. White flag is out for your race leader, Elijah Ziebenbergen. Easy with the race lead. Colton Ahrens in second spot. Chad Overgaard running in third. Loneman and Clausen, your top 5. Rich Gregoire making a late charge for the top 5, trying to get to Colby Clausen. Checkers come out this time by 3 for 3 for Elijah Ziebenbergen. Well, easy does it again. Elijah Ziebenbergen going 3 for 3 in the stock car class here at the Rapid Speedway. Colton Ahrens coming home in that second spot. Scott Overgaard third, Chad Loneman fourth, and Colby Clausen from 10th to 5th tonight. Rounding out your top 5 for the USRA Stock Car A feature presented by Precision Auto Body. And Joel Viss and Elijah getting to know each other quite well here this season, early on in the 2020 racing season. Let's take it down to Pizza Ranch Victory Lane. Joel Viss with some words from tonight's winner.
Well, thank you, Jay Kelly, down here once again. The perfect season continues here at Rapid Speedway for you. 3 for 3 easy. And this time you had to work for it a little bit, starting back in that 12th position, following under that Rocky rule. You win 2 in a row, and we give you the final redraw spot. So starting in 12th, what was your thoughts immediately starting that race?
You know, we knew we had to keep the car free enough to work through traffic, and we did just that, and it just stuck everywhere we put it, and it was a really good race car.
Well, you managed to make your way through the field. You got up into that second spot, but once you got to second, the 5L out in front of you, he was definitely a challenger. You had to kind of adjust your line to figure out what you were going to do with him.
Yeah, once we got into second, we couldn't seem to reel him in, so we had to try top, bottom, you know, everything we could. And, I mean, unfortunately, he broke, so we never got to actually finish the race together, but it would have been a fun one.
Well, like you said, he loses a power plant out there. And we've always said sometimes it's better to be lucky and good. You assume the lead. But as you worked your way through the race, we saw you trying different lines out there, the top line or the bottom line. You tried different corners out there. What line seemed to be the best?
The top of 1 and 2 felt the best. There was some moisture up there we could grab to get out of the corner. And then about halfway through the race, we decided to go to the bottom of 3 and 4. It just got kind of dirty on the top.
Well, we started your 12th this time. You still got it done. What happens if I start your 20th next week?
Put some money on the line.
Bring it on, he says. Let's go for it. Once again, your stock car feature winner, Elijah Ziebenbergen.
All right, thank you very much, Joel Viss. Joel Viss and Elijah Ziebenbergen down there in Pizza Ranch Victory Lane. Easy takes it for the 3rd week in a row in the USRA Stock Car class here at the Rapid Speedway. With that will wrap up our show for tonight. Final show with no fans in the stands. We'll look forward to all of you being back with us where you should be on Friday nights back here at the Rapid Speedway. We're allowed 50% capacity starting next Friday night. So come on out and join us, won't you? We'll look forward to a great show with fans back in the stands here at the Rapid Speedway. Big thanks to the great folks at AdvantageRacing.tv. And don't forget, if you can't make it out next Friday night or any Friday night, or if you're just not comfortable coming out just yet, you can always tune in for the Rapid Speedway races on AdvantageRacing.tv. Rapid Speedway presented by our title sponsor, the Pizza Ranch in Rock Rapids. We'll see you again next Friday night. For Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. Good night, everybody.